Well, there we go. Our whole little spiel at the beginning has been erased from history. Well, it's not erased from history. Stream actually shut down. Okay, I've sent the invites back to the new lobby.
I'm joining now, hopefully. Yeah, the way that the lobby's set up, uh, information is set up, I looked at it and it just...
You gotta pick spectator.
Oops, my bad.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but...
Nope, that's perfectly fine. I expected to see Sprint. I thought I'd seen Sprint as one of the, I don't know, items that you'd look there. It says, you know, practice none, quali one shot, but then it says race 14 laps and 19 laps. I could have sworn I'd seen in the past it said Sprint.
Nah.
No?
I don't think it ever did.
Okay.
Maybe for F1?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so private's missing. And then we're good to go. Alright. Yeah, we're live. I forgot about that.
Nice.
But yeah,
Hey,
Zenith
everybody.
Online Racing. Back Season 9, Round 4 of F2. We've made it 4 races into the season now for F2, which is great. It's been really quality so far, so I'm looking forward to tonight. Obviously, we're going to be a little bit later than we normally are. We had to restart, so back on it now, and yeah, should be a good one.
Expected. I was so excited. You told me last week. It's like it's unbelievable, and you couldn't have been. It's just such close racing, and judging by what the guys had said in the Discord chat, they seem to feel like it's easier to race side by side with guys without worrying that you might take them out. So that's a wonderful thing to have. If you're racing, you want to be aggressive, but you don't want to take anybody out. Knowing that you can do that, feeling far more confident. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, just doing Discord business.
It's okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's you know, they like the guys were able to like bump each other and kind of get away with it. It didn't send them into oblivion. So it's the racing's a lot better. It's a lot, I would say, harder. Like I mean, in terms of like toughness, like guys are willing to like really put you on the edge to make you back out. And yeah, it's been quality, man. I mean, F2. If you watch F2 in like real life as well, it's really good, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy watching, like when I'm having a race weekend where I'm watching F1. I'm kind of like I want to get my fix in, and I usually throw the F2 sprint or feature on. I usually do the F1 race on Sunday, then the feature.
You know, this may be sacrilegious, but you know, really, the F1 races, I have to see the beginning. I have to see it kind of everybody spreads out and whatnot. But this is different. This is a lot different.
Absolutely, yeah. It's really good. It's been a lot of fun so far, and you know, the reverse grid really spices up the sprint race aspect of it. So, but yeah, we're on. I mean, this is break week, but F2 still rolling along, which is probably why we didn't see as many guys out this week. I do find that when we set up the break week, there's just a very general lack of interest in people racing. Everybody's just kind of like, yeah, you know what, I don't feel like racing this week anyway, so I'm out. But last week we had, what, like 17 cars out? Like, that was really good.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. Well, I think that as we go along, it appears to me the consensus from the guys that have been racing in here is this F2 is how competitive it can be. And obviously, I mean, everybody's driving basically with the same setup, so that adds intrigue, you know, because you know that you can't say, oh, he must be running a slippery setup. Everybody's running basically the same setup. So what happened to Jinnit? We lost Jinnit and Asylum. Asylum was DQ'd.
I believe Jinnit purposely retired because he likes to start at the back.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Freaking Jinnit.
Freaking Jinnit. I mean, he's like right at the back. Like even the disqualified guys are ahead of him. Look at the top three though. Rex, Soy, and Carson all with lap. You do one lap and pick up 2 points. Like that's a quality little bonus for you.
And happy to say my old teammate Terminal Deity in 4th.
Yeah, that's a really good result for Terminal. So he'll be starting what, 6th for the sprint? It's not too bad.
Yeah, he would be 6th. Yep.
It's not bad at all. I think Terminal might be all right from there. I remember, I think he was saying that he had uninstalled the game, and like the idea of racing F2 really like he basically re-downloaded the game because he thought it was going to be a lot of fun. And
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've
been out here every week since we started it, so a lot of other guys too. I mean, really, tonight is the core of our. Tonight's the core of our F2 guys. Like these are the guys that are here every week, and then there's some other guys that are trickling in.
You mean the ZOR guys, right? Not just F2 guys. The guys that are here are the guys that are usually.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Even F1 races.
Yeah, well, they're there for the F1 always, but like the F2 is sort of, it's like a thrown together last minute thing. But these guys really kind of gave it life. Like the guys that are here tonight are the same people that, laid the foundation in race 1 for us to actually like build and get some extra drivers in here every week. So
yeah,
it's
Asylum. I was gonna say Asylum hosting. Getting out the invites. I've done that for a couple seasons, and it can be somewhat tedious, not necessarily stressful, but you get things to do. You want to race, and you're obligated to make sure everybody gets in there, make sure that the race is set up properly and whatnot. So, and you have a good connection. Yeah. So hats off to him for stepping up and making it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I've given him props in the Discord for that. Like it's an underrated role. Like as an admin, like having someone that is going to be there every week racing, that is willing to set the lobby up and make sure everybody gets in there, and it just kind of like organizes everything. And steady as anything, steady as anybody that I've had host lobbies. Like if it was, say next week he's off and he's like, oh, I can't be there this week, so we find someone else to host, right? Like it'd probably be easier for me to just do it myself than have to get somebody else all the instructions and rules and whatnot. Just do it myself, and then the following week he could step right back in because I doubt he's missing more than one race. So yeah, great job, Asylum.
Yeah, it's one less thing for you guys to have to worry about. If Tier 1, Tier 2, there used to be Tier 3, but we'll say the F2 tier. Knowing that, okay, we got the guys that are going to be here pretty much every week. They can set up the lobby. They have a good connection. That's one less thing you guys have to worry about. It allows you to have more time to focus on maybe other delicate things that you may not want to have to deal with, but at least you don't need to worry about this aspect of it. Are we in an exceedingly long delay here?
I'm not too sure. Not too sure. I don't know what's going on. It looks like we were waiting for Carson to take a leak.
Oh, here we go.
All right, cool. So, all right, let's get the feature race formation lap going. Check the tires for everybody. Everybody mediums.
Did you say feature race?
I may have said feature race, but it is the sprint race. All right, so Asylum on sprint race pole. That's, you know what? I think Asylum will win this sprint. Put him on pole.
So new wheel.
Put him. Yeah, that's true. The new wheel thing, that might be an issue. But yeah, you put him on pole for a sprint race. I could easily see him putting this one on the top shelf. Rex starting 10th. He's gonna have some work to do. It's a tricky track for overtaking. Actually, yeah, that's another reason. Like, why did Jinnit? I guess. I mean, I don't know. Jinnit, I'm sure, would love to win F2, but like, I'm sure his real target is to win Tier 1, right? So, Jinnit really cares. Well, he does just love the race, but like, you don't want to start at the back in Hungary. So, again, like, you know, for Jinnit, maybe he's thinking, I don't mind starting at the back. I know it's going to be tough to overtake, but like, I'm not here to like dominate everybody. I just want to race, right?
Yeah, I mean, as wonderful as it is to start on pole and lead start to finish and win a race. I mean, I think we all race because it's fun to be able to pass cars.
Yeah, exactly.
And be faster than them. So I can understand him. Not necessarily wanting to start in the back, but at least he guarantees himself the opportunity to pass a bunch of cars.
All right.
I think last week he went from like 13th to 14th to like 9th or 10th in the first lap. So.
Alright, the grid is reformed. Everybody lined up for round 4 of F2, Zenith Online Racing Season 9. We're in Hungary. Let's get those lights going. 3, 4, 5 lights are on. We are off. Terrible, terrible views here. Wow, great start for JetJu. He's flying down the straight. He might be in the lead after this. And a few cars. Wow, look at this. The entire field side by side. Oh, there's a bit of damage. Somebody's off into the wall there, but I did see some front wing go on somebody's car. It looks like the Red Bull off the track there. That might have been Asylum. Wow, look at these guys coming through that corner. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I caught the whole field making that turn. It was a great shot. You definitely go back and check this after. This first lap. Whew. My goodness.
What's going on? I don't have the sound. I gotta change my.
Just hit pause and then on pause it'll come back.
Oh, I turned it off for the interviews last time.
Oh, here comes Asylum. I think he's going for it. Back down the inside. The fastest in Sector 2. Asylum's trying to get back in front here where he thinks he belongs. Oh, and there's Toblerone just trying to sneak through. Gives a little nudge to JetJu, but everything's copacetic there. Man, look at these guys. Whew. Again, the entire field within like half a second of each other. Here comes Carson. Carson down the inside onto Captain. Oh, a little bit of a bump there. Captain's gone wide, I believe. I think he's okay, though. Trying to recover that back on Rex. Oh, somebody got a yellow flag somewhere. Not sure who that is. Captain's dropped a few places on this lap, and here we go at the front too. The front, there's some action. I think somebody's jumping around the order here, glitched out or something. Okay, let's get back to this battle. Jinnit now trying to get by Soy, and then looks like the captain's run wide here. Hightower sneaks through.
Yeah, for some reason, the audio, I'm not getting the cars as loud as I'm accustomed to.
Terminal! Terminal got into the back of the car in front, and he's had a little half spin, but he's got it back facing forward, so he's really not too far off the field. If there's a bunch of battling going on in front of him, he should be okay. There's a little bit of contact there with the Red Bull car, and I think that would have been Villeneuve and Spot Up, or Spot Up into Captain, perhaps. Rex already up to P3 here. DRS is enabled. Soy Loco looking to make a move. Soy has been really strong in these F2 cars so far.
Look at him. He's got the inside.
Yeah.
He can go around the outside on this. I've seen many guys do it. Oh, he doesn't even have to.
No, Soy makes the move. Jet Jew dropping places here. Jinnit trying to sneak through as well. Oh, there's a bit of contact. Looks like Jinnit had to get out of that, but not the greatest place for an overtake. Definitely the opportunity was there. I don't think Jinnit was in the wrong trying it, but it's just tough to get two cars through there without a little wobble.
So, third lap, Jinnit's up to P6 and after starting P12.
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised by that at all. I mean, he's probably having a great time. You gotta think these guys with these really nice Fanatec wheels and the nice setups, this has got to be like just incredible stuff to be wheel to wheel, like feeling every little bump, every little twitch through your rig. Like, it's just got to be such a fun experience.
Mm-hmm. Oh, a little contact there between Rex and I think that was Carson.
Yep, Carson and Rex. Yep, Carson red, but in a Red Bull livery. Confusing.
So the damage setup, is that reduced in this
it's just the front wing and the wheels.
Okay.
So it's the same as the F1 races, but the standard rate. So like if you do whack your front wing, you're gonna lose a piece. Whoa, Rex had a huge slide there. Wow. I was just gonna say it looked. I think it was worse than I thought it was at first. He's lost a lot of time there.
A lot of guys did say, or some of the guys did say, that it's easy to recover from, kind of losing traction. That might be a case in point right there.
Jet 2 and Asylum are having a really good battle here. Asylum, really, that race start kind of just ruined his sprint race. Like, he dropped like a stone. You gotta remember, though, he is getting used to that new wheel. Gotta give him that. I was thinking, like, man, he seems to really be struggling out there, but I mean, this is like literally the first racing experience on the new wheel, so that's pretty understandable. He's actually doing a pretty solid job given that.
He just got it yesterday or today, right? I mean, today was his first day really being able to use it, I
think so, yeah. Today was like the first day of actually like using it and practicing and whatnot.
So setting up all the wheel intricacies, the force feedback and turning radius and all that good stuff. So
spot up triples. Looking to make a move onto Captain.
So up at the front, Carson's now within nearly half a second of the big turbulent one. He was over a second. So he's making some inroads here. We could have a battle for the
really good little battle going on here. Spot up Terminal and Captain. So Terminal right back in the mix now. I mean, the points are right there. It's not like you're out of the race when you have a little moment like that. I was saying he caught that half spin, and I really think he saved his sprint race. He's got plenty of time to make some ground up here. If there is a safety car in the next lap or two, do you think guys come in for softs?
Oh boy.
Why wouldn't you if you're near the back, right?
I would, because the safety car will take up another lap or two.
I mean,
And
even
just the sprint.
Yeah,
well,
exactly. You don't have to pit, so you can just put another pair of mediums on if you don't like. I don't know if if it's medium and hard or medium and soft here, but whatever tire is available. I mean, you take the freshest, softest compound and get back out there, right? I mean, if you're, I think from Villeneuve down, you're out of the points. Put the softs on. You got to do something, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You got nothing to lose.
Exactly. Jinnit with a nice move. Trying to go around the outside. Sorry. He's really close.
Yeah, Carson is really pressing Toblerone now.
Toblerone?
Toblerone. Toblerone.
Toblerone. I'm pretty sure it's Toblerone. Like the chocolate bar. No, I'm serious. I'm pretty sure that's the whole point.
So how do you say Carson? Is it?
Carson? It's just Carson.
Just Carson. The C and the Carson.
It's Carson C10. I mean, it's probably like his last initial and the number 10. Why are we talking about this?
I don't know.
We got a race going on here. Got Asylum trying to make a move and Carson trying to make a move. But yeah, Toblerone. I think it's the big Toblerone. I'm pretty sure it's some sort of reference to his wiener, I'm imagining.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can think of. Like, what is the big Toblerone? Like, what the hell does that mean?
I don't know. That's something that we can ask him in the chat, Discord.
Alright, we'll get to the bottom of this for next week.
We'd have to ask everybody what the heck, why they got their names in.
True.
I'm surprised Rex, as fast as he always is really not, doesn't appear to be making any inroads to these guys up front.
Asylum really giving Hightower a go here. Trying to go around the outside. I think he got a better run down this hill. Him and Hightower still side by side, and Asylum through. Nice job. Asylum starting to make a little headway here.
Yeah, he's starting to get the feel for the wheel, maybe.
Yeah, that could be dangerous for the future.
Last couple laps, Carson's had the DRS. He has not been able to pass Toblerone. Actually, he's losing ground.
Tobler 1. The big Tobler 1. I'm almost like 95% sure he's going for Toblerone, not Tobler 1.
That's fine. Yeah. I'm going to go with Toblerone.
If I'm wrong, I'll send you $20 after the race.
Yeah, okay.
I will. I'm just that certain. There's no way. I'll buy you a beer. I'll buy you. How many beers would that buy you? That'd buy you like 12 beers probably in America, right?
No, buy me a bottle of whiskey.
Well, $20 Canadian probably would buy you about probably about $16 worth of alcohol there.
I have no idea what the exchange rate is at this point.
It's not good. I'll tell you that.
Not good for Canadians?
Not good for Canadians. Your money goes a lot further here. Like 30% further, probably.
It wasn't that way for the last, in recent history.
Well, there was like a 2 or 3 year run where our dollar was actually better, and I was like, that's impressive.
Correct.
But that was very short-lived, and it's back to where it belongs now.
Nah, I don't know about that. I don't know if that's where it belongs.
Yeah, it's probably where it belongs.
So Jinnit now up into P4, and he's looking to give Rex...
Somebody went off there. It was Hightower. I was going to say, I thought I saw a car veer to the right and just disappear from the frame. Hightower with a huge moment there. Might have damage.
Back in P11.
Villeneuve's actually putting on a good push here. He's been pressuring a few guys in front of him.
Let's see if
And that final point place, trying to gain another.
Janet looking. No. I'm sure he's tapped Rex on the shoulder a couple times and said, "Hey, do you mind?"
Yeah, this is kind of the spot in the field where Janet isn't just sneaking by in some random corner. Like, he's got to really earn it once he gets to that top 3. Like, those are the fastest guys here tonight. Toblerone's actually kind of driving above his usual standards, I would say, at this point. Like, normally he wouldn't be out front kind of like maintaining a lead.
Well, he's got some company now. Janet, along with T-Rex and Carson. I mean, Janet can see. He can see the leader now.
Yeah.
And again, Rex is no slouch. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting to see how Janet might work this out to try to get by. But Rex is no slouch. This might be a little too much for Janet to overcome at this point.
Villeneuve sliding down the inside here on Jetu. Now he's going to be on the outside into the penultimate little hairpin here. And then the final hairpin. He's really got a shot at this. He's got that better line, too. That inside line's a lot quicker, I find. He's got the DRS. I think he's going to get this done. Let's go, Villeneuve. Get a couple points here. There he goes, down the inside. Under braking. I think he's quicker, so once he gets in front, I think he can get away. There he goes. Takes the place from Jetu. Jetu trying to fight that back, but Villeneuve's going to cover that inside line nicely. And he's pretty much got that done. I think he's good. Let's get back to the front. Janet. Look at this. Yeah, I was going to say, look at this. 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
4 cars, all capable of winning this race at this moment. Actually, Carson has a time penalty. I've completely ignored penalties.
Ooh. Yes. That was very
3 seconds. So, and that's going to put him. I mean, Soy's almost in range to get Carson that penalty. Not what you want to be doing.
Oh, Rex on the inside.
I was going to say Carson went really deep into that corner, and that's opened the door for Rex. He's trying to take advantage of this. Side by side, I think they both have DRS, so
oh wow. And so
he's going to get the better run here. I'm on board with Janet, and this is a great view. Look at these two side by side, and Janet just looking for his scraps like a vulture.
Awesome
lurking off the podium.
I got the helicopter view. This is awesome. Now Janet on the inside of.
Yep.
And Janet gets by. Janet got by Carson.
I'm gonna use that chopper cam. Good call.
Yeah, on board with Carson, I got the chopper cam.
Terminal's out. Oh my, could this be a safety car? It is a safety car. Oh my God. Goodness. Everybody got a pit. No, nobody pit.
I wouldn't.
I would only pit if I was outside the points.
Yeah.
Because you have nothing to lose.
So there's only one guy.
No, because it's only to P8 on the sprint.
I would, I guess if I were in 7th, if I were Villeneuve, or certainly Private Jet, and spot up triples, I think that P9, you gotta come in. I mean, there's only 2 guys behind you. Get on the softs, you should be able to recover those 2 spots if in fact they didn't pit along with you. I would assume that this is going to be a very quick.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, obviously we have till the leaders catch the group. I'm interested to see who goes in the pits, but I have to run to the washroom. I'm going to take this opportunity to do that.
It looks like nobody to this point.
Well, you can call if anybody does go in. I will be back in about a minute.
let's see. So Villeneuve was the first one I thought might go. Nope. So, oh, there we go. So the first one would be Hightower. And I'm assuming Captain... Nope, Captain's going to stay out. He's going to gain that extra spot. I assume Hightower's got to go to the softs. He's only losing one position as well, so that I think that that's a good call for him. He might be able to get spot up as well. And onto the softs. I would expect that the safety car would be coming in at the end of this lap. At least history has proven that to be the case. Go back up to the front.
Safety cars this close to the end, they usually restart pretty quick. So that might be the only risk with pitting, and I could see why somebody would consider not doing it for that reason.
Yeah, and I think you're right now that it's that Hightower might not have a chance to catch up to these guys. And so, yeah, my bad. That's why I don't win races.
No, I don't think it's your fault. Safety car is in this lap, though. Yep. It just really depends how much Toblerone slows the field down. Actually, Captain's almost there. Oh, sorry, Hightower is nowhere near, though.
Hightower is the one at pit. Yeah, Captain stayed out, and apparently that was a wise decision.
I mean, if Hightower does get anywhere near these guys, his tires are going to be really warm.
Yeah, he's cruising. He's doing everything he can.
I think Toblerone's gone a little too quick, honestly. He really didn't let that safety car get away.
Here we go. I wish we could choose our camera.
Yeah, it would be too complicated, honestly. I've thought about that, but I'm like, I don't really have time to choose what I want to see, or the angle I want to see, because you almost have to jump around so often.
No, but I mean, I think that having the helicopter view as a choice...
Okay, yeah, just permanently.
You know when you want that.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Toblerone has been able to hold on to the lead, and Rex is right behind him. Jeanette's actually fallen back a little bit, surprised by that.
Oh, there's contact! Oh. Jeanette and Soy run into each other, and then here comes Asylum trying to sneak through. Oh my goodness. Asylum trying to capitalize on the incident there. So Soy got out of it to let Jeanette recover, but then Asylum just snuck right through, and so did Villeneuve.
Yeah. So final lap coming up here, and explain to us exactly what happens here. You win the sprint race, and the results of the sprint race produce what?
Points.
Just points.
There's a moment there. I think it was Jetju. Yeah. Carson's dropped down the order.
Another again. Then there goes the captain. Captain gets that. Just unfortunate. There was very little contact, but it was right on the turn.
Hightower is just nowhere near these guys.
My bad. Sorry, Hightower. Hope you're listening to my advice.
I mean, I said you should do it as well, and I didn't think about the fact that the safety car would come in instantly, but, you know, it is better than it did. Like, really. Like, we don't want to watch one lap of racing.
No.
If it was a lap earlier, Hightower, I think, would have been set. But, I mean, he's gaining a lot of time, but it's just not enough at all.
It looks like Toblerone is on his way to getting, what do you get, 8 points for the victory?
I believe it is... I think it's like 15, 12...
Is that many?
I think so.
Yeah. I think it's...
Maybe it is 8.
Through to P8. Maybe
it is 2 P8, but it might be 8 to 1. It might go 8 to 1.
Okay.
The feature is like normal scoring, 25 down to 1 to 10. Comes Rex. And he's close, really, on the last lap here with that DRS now active.
That is the race.
Oh, sorry, it is the race.
I was like, oh my god, is there that much of a glitch here?
DRS enabled, yeah. My goodness, I'm sorry. I didn't even realize that was the final lap. Toblerone wins it, and Rex was
help you out.
Rex was bloody close there. P2, and Jinnit will take third. Wow. I just like to call the end of the race like P1, P2, and I honestly just didn't realize it was the final lap. So, good result for quite a few guys. Started further down the field.
Rex driver of the day. I would have expected it would have been Jinnit, but I guess Rex.
Rex to P2 from P10. I mean, fairly understandable.
Okay.
Jinnit was P12 to P3. I think that's probably like on par.
At that point, yeah, finishing second probably supersedes the number of positions gained.
Right.
When they're that close.
The captain. Okay, it's 10, 8, 6, 5. Why do we have two drivers with 5? Okay, fastest lap for Asylum. So there's your points there. 10, 8, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. That's fair. I like that. That's like almost close to the old format of F1 scoring. Remember when it used to be 1 to 6?
Yeah. And
it was like 10.
You get 6 points for a win.
No, 10 for a win and 6 per second, I think, was what it was, right?
Well, I'm going further back.
Oh, 6 points for a win. Yeah, you are a lot older than I am, aren't you?
Back when I was a kid.
Back in my day.
All the streets were dirt.
Yeah.
No such thing as sidewalks, and we
Everybody
still had
rode
hitching
horses.
posts for the horses.
I like how I went to a horse joke, and then you basically confirmed the age of horses. Good stuff.
All right, now the feature race. Hopefully nobody hits the X button too quickly here.
Hopefully not. I would really like to get through this night without any horse poop. At the hitching post? No horse shit at the hitching post, please. Back in my day, y'all used to get 6 points for a win. We used to drive without seatbelts, drunk everywhere. True or false?
Yeah, use the hand crank at the front of the car. Or in the back of the car, remember that? Well, no, I'm mixing up two things, never mind.
I don't even remember 6 hand crank behind the car.
Yeah, no, Formula One cars. Well, maybe I'm thinking of Indy cars. Maybe were the same.
They still do that.
They used to. Yeah, they'd start it from the back with the fucking.
I think they still kind of do that in F1, and you just don't really see.
Maybe they do. Maybe they do. And we just don't see it when they're on the grid there.
They do it in
you'll
F2.
See it this coming summer here. You let us know if you're going to be
right
there.
I will. I don't know if I can see the back of the garage from where I'm sitting, but I mean,
well,
if
they don't
start
leave
them
the
in the
car
pit
running
box.
when they're sitting on the grid, do they? They shut the car off. The drivers walk away.
True. Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see how they start those cars. I know that they used to be the way. Maybe it's still, maybe not.
I'd imagine. I feel like I've seen it fairly recently. I don't know if it would be years and years ago at this stage, but I feel like I definitely have seen them do that fairly recently. I don't know if it. I don't recall if I've seen it this year, but it might just be something we're not seeing on like the broadcasts, right?
Right. Yeah, there's far more going on these days. They've got the celebrities there, and it's a big show versus back in its primitive years, back when I was a kid. Actually, no. The primitive years was way before I was a kid.
All right, so Rex getting on with it pretty quick here, but top two on mediums. Then we got Carson on softs, Terminal on mediums, Toblerone, spot up triples on softs, Hightower on mediums. The next four, Jet Jew, Captain, Asylum, Villeneuve on softs, and Jinnit in 12th on mediums. Pretty even again.
Yeah.
5 and 7 on the strategy split. Last
Who would
week
you
it
give
was
the advantage to here? You got the top three, so you got two medium runners and the soft runner of Carson. Who's would you give the advantage to, the mediums or the soft tire driver?
Rex is so fast. I don't think he'll be. I mean, Soy's been pretty damn strong in his F2 cars, so I think Carson will get by Soy, and that might disrupt his race enough that Rex can kind of build a gap and maintain it. Carson very well could get by Rex as well and just kind of get in front, but I don't think it's going to mean a whole lot. So what I'm thinking is Rex is in prime position with the tires, the spot he's in. Soy, if he gets a good launch, could maybe just leapfrog the two of them and completely change that. I don't really know. I think Hightower in 7th on the mediums is interesting. I think, these guys on softs are going to be struggling to get through, and eventually Hightower is going to come into a position where he's on a better strategy rate with those guys. So see him maybe get into the top 4, maybe even a sneaky podium, but really depends on, limiting mistakes and perfecting that strategy. So, Jinnit parks it in P12. We are ready to go racing here. Round 4 of F2. 3, 4, 5 lights on. We're racing. Looks like a bad start for Rex. A lot of wheel spin. Here comes Carson on those softs. Absolutely flying. He's down the middle, 3 abreast into turn 1. Looking for some space. Yeah, he's looking for a little room here. Toblerone down the inside on Soy.
Huge.
Toblerone, is he through? Looks like no. Soy maybe hanging on. Carson into the lead, perhaps.
He's got to hold this.
He has to hang on. He's got the grip. And there it is. Carson in front. Beautiful start for those soft tires. That's exactly what he needs. He has to be in the lead on lap 1 to make that strategy work. Nope, Toblerone has gone round. It looks like he took Soy with him. The two were.
The captain did almost the same thing. Sorry.
Yeah, Soy and Toblerone with some contact. They were side by. So, there's a little. Someone's gone off the road there trying to avoid a collision. It looked like.
Yeah, that's Asylum.
Yes. Sorry, Soy and Toblerone had some kind of contact there. They were side by side going through that really fast corner, and I mean that is just. If neither's going to yield, how can you really blame the other guy for that, right? Like, that's kind of how I see something like that.
It's very tough when it's the first lap. Everybody's jockeying for position, Unless
yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Really egregious. I mean, you have to stay the course.
Yeah, I mean, if you go into the corner side by side, you can't really expect either party to lift. If one guy takes a lunge and expects to just bounce off the guy and carry on, then of course that's an issue, right?
So Carson here has built a nearly three-quarter second lead over second place T-Rex, and so obviously he needs to get out of that DRS, that 1 second range. And I think the mediums, this is probably where he will...
Jet Jew bottomed out on the curb there. Him and Jinnit were scrapping, and he got on the curb, and once he got on the brakes, the whole car just slid down the curb. It didn't even stop. Just bottomed out and rode the curb.
I think Carson I think those soft tires, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Sector 2 is the technical part, and so I would assume that the softs are really going to be the advantage. And you can see it actually. He's lead up to over a second now, and that's what he needs to do. He needs to get to that front straight. Well, he's got another lap to do it.
I believe DRS will be enabled at the end of this lap. But I don't know if Rex will have it. Obviously, he's out of the range anyways now.
Jinnit already up to P5 and pressing spot up and terminal for, actually this is technically a battle for third.
Yep.
Podium position on the mediums.
Hightower kind of just putting along behind them. Definitely, like I said, could be sneaky podium contender now that Soy and Toblerone got knocked further down.
So this is really interesting. So Carson starting third is now the leader on the softs, and he's executed what he needed to do. He's got it out front now. Really fascinating to see if this actually is the good strategy. Is this going to work out for him? They all have to pit again.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it could work. You got to think if he builds a big enough gap during the soft stint, he more than likely is going to be in clear air with the pit stop. How long they are in F2 and how close the field is. Whoa, Jinnit! Where's that terminal? Was terminal, I believe. Terminal got a little loose there, dropped.
I would expect that these soft runners would be staying out till what, like lap 8, 9, 8, maybe before they box.
Probably lap 8.
Maybe even 7, 8. Mediums probably go about 12 laps or so.
Jetju and Hightower scrapping for position. Hightower going around the outside. And Toblerone in the mix now suddenly as well.
Love it. Jetju just on the inside and just, ooh. All of a sudden,
3 wide into turn 1.
Toblerone. I was just say that was awesome seeing Private. He made the pass on the inside. He didn't drift all the way to the outside. He left plenty of room for Private, and I always love seeing that. I just love seeing the awareness of the drivers.
It was
on track position.
Really good overtake from Toblerone there. He got by Jetju and Hightower and put himself in a decent spot. I think he's got a time penalty he's going to have to deal with at the end of the race, but yeah, looking strong despite the early spin.
Jinnit is in the gearbox of spot up.
Yeah, he's all over him here.
Spot up, just look forward. Don't worry about Jinnit. So back at the front, Carson has built up a little over 2-second lead. He's got another, by our estimate, another 3 laps on those softs. Wow, Rex already 8 away. Incredible. Well, Carson,
yeah, he's starting to. I think the mediums are starting to become the slightly better
probably.
tire.
Yeah, and again, I really think that the middle sector here, the technical, I don't know if I dare call it a technical center, but a sector. But it is. And he went really wide there. Maybe the softs are giving up a lot sooner than we expect, or that I expect.
It's possible.
You didn't hear my phone ding, did you?
I did slightly hear that, yes.
Okay. Damn it. I'll fix that.
Just Asylum here, putting some pressure on Soy. So yeah, I do think the softs, I mean, in a lap or two, they're not going to be great, are they?
Well, here we are again, going through the middle sector, and he's rebuilt his lead to just over 2.25 seconds.
Oh, big moment for Asylum there. Really wide and got a little loose, but straightened it out and kept going. Toblerone now on the back of Terminal here. The pace is there. He just got tangled up in that incident. And Soy hasn't really recovered from that. I mean, maybe the softs are working okay still.
Oh! Soy almost almost lost it coming out of the final turn, and that's allowed Asylum to really get up on pretty close to his gearbox.
Toblerone all over Terminal here. Got the DRS, and he's trying to go around the outside. Terminal just parked it on the racing line. Great defending from Terminal. Nowhere for Toblerone to go.
I taught him everything he knows.
Terminal defending nicely.
We were teammates for like freaking 3 or 4 seasons in a row. Great time.
Oh, and there goes Toblerone. Beautiful overtake in a very unusual place.
So there is still life in those softs.
I was going to say, maybe some guys just getting a little more out of them than others. It does look like maybe Carson just had a little bit of a mistake.
Yeah, because he's up to 2 3/4 seconds.
Yeah, or... Oh, big spin, spot up triples off the track. Did you see from the helicopter cam? I just saw his car go right off. I was going to say, maybe those mediums, just not a great tire? Is that possible?
Well, spot up is on the softs.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I think he just made a mistake, but I'm just saying, like, the pace of the mediums 5 laps in, they don't seem to be improving a whole lot. And I mean, I was going to say, like, the softs, you're in a window where you can pit to the mediums and get to the end, so...
Spot up triples with a 5-second penalty for speeding into pit lane, and so does the captain. Oh, man. But here we are, lap 7, so this is what we thought might be the earliest time for the soft runners to change, and here we go, captain as well. These guys now are hoping for a safety car. So Jinnit, again, we're P12, last spot, defuncto qualifier, up to P3. De facto, defuncto.
I'm not shocked, honestly.
No, yeah, Jinnit's been in this league as long as I've been, and maybe longer. And that's just the way he's good. He's good, he's fast, and he's got big elbows.
It doesn't matter where he starts, he just carves through the field.
Heavy foot.
Right as we're pumping him up, he puts the fastest lap in. On 7-lap old mediums.
So Villeneuve 65, 1965. Do you think that's when he was born? 1965.
Indeed I do, because he's confirmed his age.
Okay. He's the old man now.
I believe he's 58.
Oh, he's the old man, not me. Congratulations, Villeneuve. You're the old man, and I'm rooting for you.
It's funny, you guys. I remember you guys got into a crash a couple weeks ago, and I was just like, it's like, like, you remember the old man fight in The Simpsons where they're like barely hurting each other? They're just like, just like, just grazing each other. Yeah, I was like, look at these old farts going at it. Who let them drive? Yeah. Anyways. Oh no, he's having a really good night, man. He's been very competitive tonight, and you know, like you said, he's putting pressure on Terminal now on old softs. Yeah, he's been really solid tonight. All right, let's see. This is going to shake things up a little bit. Captain picking up more penalties. Jetju into the pits. Villeneuve stays out. Can't blame him. He's right in that DRS range. Does he have the DRS? Yes, he does.
Jetju. Man, that's 3 guys out of 12 so far that have gotten a 5-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane.
Yeah, it's a little surprising, actually.
Yeah, you might not get that for 2 or 3 weeks. All 3, well, all 2 tiers, 3 tiers.
Right. Villeneuve now in P4, and he's in, like you said, those soft tires in Sector 2 They seem to be working a lot better. All the soft guys close up through here.
I would assume that the last two guys now, so you got Asylum and Villeneuve, they can't gain any more by staying out on those softs, right?
I mean, other than fresher tires at the end, no.
They're probably losing more than they'll gain.
I guess because they're kind of getting held up now, like that could be a factor. But if you're Asylum or Villeneuve and you actually can get by, why not? Like here comes Asylum going around the outside. He's looking, or sorry, the inside. Not a great place for an overtake there, though.
This is great.
Rex
though,
into the pits actually, off the mediums now, so he's going to take those softs long. Maybe he's hearing what we're saying about the softs kind of hanging in there this deep into the race. Why not get on them early? Villeneuve and Asylum do pit.
I was going to say, Asylum must feel... He's got to feel pretty good at this point now with the wheel. I mean, he's probably still got a ways to go before he feels really confident, but at least he's battling. He's, you know, competitive. He's in the middle of the field. New setup, new wheel. So...
Okay.
Glad to see it.
Is there a chance that Rex pit early to try and minimize the undercut from Carson? Because he's come out behind him, but really not as far as I expected. He's right there. And he's on the faster tire.
The advantage now.
Absolutely, advantage Rex here.
5-6 laps anyways. If I were Carson, I'd be doing as much as I could to get into DRS of Hightower.
Interesting here, Spot Up Triples has tagged onto the back of Asylum and Villeneuve, who've just come out on fresh mediums. And they're not too far off Jet Jew. So Jet Jew going to be under threat here, with that penalty especially. Rex Carson now within the DRS range of Hightower.
So our leader, Matt Legin, I still have failed to look up what Matt Legin means. If I want to be his friend for life, he told me if I figured out what that was, we could be friends for life. I refuse to search it online. I'll find out in my own way.
So what you're saying is I was going to say, you're trying to say you don't want to be his friend for life? Comes Carson down the inside. Beautiful move there. To fresher mediums, but he goes really deep. Couldn't get it stopped. And Hightower and Rex having a look now.
Oh, they can't go 3 wide there.
Oh,
close.
I think there's a little contact with Rex and Carson there. Here comes Rex. All over Carson. Already seen a crasher earlier. We don't need to see another. And Carson goes wide. Oh, and there goes the captain out of the race. Oh, he's in the pits. Okay, he's in the pits.
Oh.
I was thinking, safety car, please. Really spice things up.
Oh no! There goes Rex. Or Hightower. Who was that? I was on. No, that was.
It was Carson. Yeah, I think Rex and Carson touched in that chicane, and it's going to be a busy week in the stewards room. I think there's a few incidents now.
I just want to thank Carson. Carson, thanks. I'm sorry, Captain. Thanks so much for participating. I know that you were questioning whether you wanted to or not. But kudos to you. Glad you could make it and you raced. Unfortunately, it didn't go your way, but there's always next week.
Soy and Terminal into the pits. Jinnit into the pits as well. So, really, it's up to Jinnit now. Let's see where Jinnit comes out. So, Jinnit, way behind Rex, on the fresh softs, though. Jinnit coming out behind Hightower on old mediums. I'll dispatch him quickly. Soy Loco on the fresh softs. Terminal on the fresh softs. Where are they going to come out compared to some of these other guys? Jet Jew. Oh, this is going to be good. Look at this. Soy Loco comes out right on the tail of all these other guys on the fresh mediums. And right back into it. And we got some action at the front. Jinnit goes through.
Yeah,
get back to this battle for P6. Jetju trying to hang on. He's getting hounded by Asylum here. Asylum, Villeneuve, Soy Local all over Jetju here.
If I didn't like commentating so much with you, Bigga, I'd be out there right now. It seems like so much fun for these guys.
I don't. You can go out. You can get out there and race if you want.
No. I like having a beverage and hanging out. Oh, Jetju kind of.
I retired.
I don't drink when I race, so I mean I would on a Friday night, but
yeah. But like when you're doing the league race, you want to take it seriously and.
Oh, absolutely.
We're putting some effort into it. There's
no
Jetju's
about that.
Jetju's just not getting through that corner well at all, and he's under serious threat of losing place, like 2 places here. But yeah, I agree. It just got to a point where it was easier for me to be a quality commentator than to race.
I never thought of that. You prefer to have a beverage than race?
Absolutely. Every single night.
Well, you're here every Monday and now Thursday, so.
Well, the thing is, like, if I didn't take the reins here and run most streams, where would we be? Like, I don't know how reliably we would have these tiers streamed if I just didn't do it. So there's part of it is you know, some necessity, but it's mostly that I just enjoy it.
Man, I appreciate it. I really do. I think that it's so important for this league, and it's not vital, but it is very important. I believe that it lends. Geez, I mean, everybody, like we talked about this last week. Everybody races, and then they have these moments in the race that they're very proud of, and they just hope that it was caught on stream and that we could talk about it. It's we can't catch it all. However, I mean, there's 2 of us, and we both watch different things, so I think it's really, really important, and I'm glad that you do it. I'm glad that you put up with a lot of the bullshit, but you know,
it's really not as. It's not that hard for me because I just have lines. I have lines and expectations.
Yep.
So once those lines are crossed and the expectations are let down, those are when push comes to shove and I just make the decisions. And that's kind of how it has to be. But as far as commentary goes, I mean, I just enjoy the racing. Like for me, it's you know, watching these guys go out there and like compete, and you race your peers and people that you respect and that you have rivalries with, but you can still get out there and just drive like normal people and not be total dickheads. That goes a long way, and you know, it's I absolutely think it's a necessity, and I felt like I wasn't enjoying my racing as much anymore, where I was enjoying the commentary more, and I feel like the commentary, as you said, is necessary for the growth of the league and to, you know, keep people invested as well. So I felt like my value was far superior as a broadcaster and stream the races as a commentator than to participate in them and just be yet another car on the grid, not doing anything spectacular.
So as we were conversing about streaming and broadcasting, Janet has all of a sudden gotten right into Rex's gearbox, almost. He's definitely filled his mirror.
You want to talk about some chemistry, GP?
Sure.
Yeah. So I just moved back to this battle as I noticed that Janet had closed up the gap, and almost without any indication or any hint of it at all, you completely segue into, hey, Janet's caught up to Rex. And I'm like, wow, that's great, because we're looking at it already.
I'm watching the race. We might be chatting about different shit, but I'm still watching.
And that's the beauty of commentary.
Absolutely.
Can have a conversation with you. And it, you know, like someone joked around the other day, it's like GP and Big a podcast with a race going on in the background. And that's basically what it is. We're hanging out, having drinks, talking about racing. Yeah, no, someone said that. They're like the GP and Big a podcast with a race in the background, and it's bang on, because That's what it is. There's two guys hanging out, love racing, like to chat, on the same page. Both enjoy a bevy.
This is great. And another big part of this is, you know, having been here as long as I have, and you've been here obviously the entire time, we know these guys well enough. Obviously not personally, but in a lot of ways it is personal.
Down the inside, man, that is so tight. Rex and Jinnit. Rex just tried to close the door, and Jinnit was like, no, absolutely not.
Oh, man, I think that Rex was just not ready for Jinnit to be getting ready for that turn, and oh man.
I don't know, man. I think Rex was a little frustrated there and kind of ran into Jinnit. It did not look like... I think Jinnit had every right to be where he was. I think Rex was trying to squeeze him appropriately. I think Jinnit was trying to say, hey, you got to leave a little more room than that. And then Rex just... Rex ran into the back tire of Jinnit and pushed him off the road there. Whether it was intentional or not, that's what happened. So
absolutely,
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but that didn't look good.
Well, I've had
that looked like two guys getting a little hot and one overreacted. That's just all. That's all I'm gonna say as far as that went.
I hope it's not that. I really do. I hope it was.
I hope not either, but you know.
So I mean, I was on board with Rex at that moment, and so I had his his view. Again, I'm not saying that this is the way it happened. It just seemed to me like he was on the inside, Jinnit was on the outside, in front, and Jinnit was getting ready to take his left-hand turn there, and unfortunately, Rex was not slowing down in time. It sucks. No matter what.
Yeah. I don't think that that's impossible. I definitely think that that's very likely. But you know, like from where Rex was, like maybe he was thinking, I'm gonna send this here, and maybe he didn't think Jinnit would come across the front of him into the corner so quickly. But regardless, he was behind.
Yeah.
He was behind, and he ran into the back of Jinnit, so...
Right.
I don't know what the intention was, but regardless, like... I don't know... Like, there was no move there. There wasn't anything there.
So the way I'm viewing it, and again, this is just my personal view of it, Jinnit being on the outside, he's trying to defend his position. He needs to turn a little sooner. Oh, big trouble on what to say. He needs to turn a little sooner than Rex. And so I just don't think Rex was quite prepared for that. And again, just my opinion. I'm not stating fact.
Well, to me, I mean, I'm just trying to replay what I saw in my head when I sent it anyway, hoping that Jinnit would open the corner up and allow him to go down there. It just, because, you know, like I'm jumping around the cameras, but what I did see them kind of bumping each other into turn one, where it was like, it looked like Rex didn't want to give Jinnit any space, and Jinnit was kind of like, no, I'm on the inside, you have to give me space. And then it resulted in the next incident in the following corner, so, yeah. Either way, stewards will sort that. Racing. I guess I am a steward. So I'll get a
steward for this race?
Yeah, I'm stewarding for F2 cool. Because we had to take some guys out that wanted to race. Live viewing, it did not look good.
If for some strange reason Rex does not have his view, my stream, I was on board with him, so.
Okay.
You can always check that out on YouTube. It'd be, I think it's F1, GP F1 or GP
we'll find
F1?
It. We'll
Something
find
like that.
We'll find it if necessary. Carson putting some pressure on Toblerone here, yeah. Final lap, and Carson putting some pressure on Toblerone. Rex has a decent lead over Jinnit. If he does pick up a penalty, it'll be about 5 seconds at minimum, I would think, and Jinnit's covered that, so probably will be okay, regardless of what happens. I'm not trying either way. Like I said, I'll be stewarding, but like I'm not biased. Like I'm, for me, like this league is like my little baby. So I try to run it as fairly and neutrally as possible. Like I'm not gonna just because I thought Rex would, did something wrong or did something clumsy. If I see other evidence that could contradict that, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I said on the stream this, so I can't go back against my word. I don't give a shit. Like, I know I'm commentating. I can't tell what's really going on.
So one of the big things, though, is for me, I'm not a steward, so but neither one of these guys are those like habitual offenders,
No.
Every week they're doing something that makes you scratch your head. I won't name names, but there was.
Toblerone went full send on Carson, and it did not work. All right, so Rex wins it. Jinnit, 3.6 behind, could be relevant if there's penalties applied. Carson pick up P3. Toblerone will be P4. Asylum P5. Soy P6. Villeneuve P7. Terminal P8. Jetchu 9th, and Swap Triples picks up 9th. Good result for Villeneuve. That's some solid points yet again this week. Soy Loco, and his night kind of unraveled, but he deserved a lot better for both races.
So I can actually refer to Villeneuve as the old man.
Absolutely. What do you think about interviews? We got Rex, Jinnit. Okay. I'm just...
That's up to you. You're leading the stream, and I'll do whatever.
No, I don't mind doing the interviews. I'm just wondering, should we bring Rex and Jinnit in? Do we think that they're hot, or do you think that we can?
No, I don't think that they're hot. And if they are,
we can get through an interview without any drama. If
absolutely,
you know what, I'll tell you what.
Let's diffuse it. Let's diffuse it.
Well, no. If there's any bullshit, we pull the plug. We cancel the interviews and we move on, and we figure it out after. Deal? I'm just saying, just in case. I just, like,
that's fine.
They looked like they were a little frustrated with each other before that incident, so...
I won't force the issue.
I'm just saying. Well, you know what? Let's get them in, and hopefully we can keep it all copacetic and calm. And
let's hope they'll come in. Let's hope they'll join us.
It could be spicy otherwise, but yeah, we'll give it a go. Well, Rex, Jinnit, and Carson. Let's get the invites out. No, it's fine.
What's that? Was it not Maury Povich, but what was the other guy that had that freaking daytime show that everybody was like?
Jerry Springer.
Yeah. This is not Jerry Springer. We're not. This is not what we're about here.
Mm-hmm.
So, question for you, Matt Legend. Team is Van Amersfoort Racing. What?
Van Amersfoort Racing.
Yeah, what is that? Is that a
I'm assuming a Dutch team, but I don't know what it means.
He does have the orange.
Rex, Jinnit, Carson. I'm pretty sure it's a Dutch team. Van Amersfoort is the most Dutch name I've ever seen. Rex, Jinnit, Carson. Okay. I mean, maybe somewhere down the line.
All right, so we have about 7 minutes or so to conduct this to reach the unofficial deadline of interviews of.
You know what? It's break week. You go crazy, bud. Last week we ran a podcast till like 9:45, so who gives a shit?
Okie dokie.
You do what you want. You got questions? You got drama? You want to spread?
Oh man,
you go for it.
I just want to chat with these guys.
I think they earn the interview. We give them the interview. Hopefully, there's nothing stupid said. That's all I have to say.
I'm not looking to incite. Let's put it that way.
Me neither. Absolutely.
I like to smile and laugh, so that's what I'm going for.
Invites are out. The floor is yours, GP.
Tick. 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 Jenna may have just decided to go to bed after race interviews, okay, bud?
That's not a good way to start it. If you're trying to diffuse any potential trauma.
Well, I mean, I've had conversations with Rex a couple times, and late nights on a Friday after a Friday night race, and Rex likes. He's a hunter. He has rifles and shit. So that's the reference. That's it. There's no more than that.
All right, I accept your explanation. You little shit stirrer.
There's Carson.
Yeah, I don't know if Janet's going to join. He's pretty hit or miss because he's on the PC, but.
So, order finish was Rex, Janet, Carson. Is that correct?
Rex, Janet, Carson. Yes.
Okay, so I could start with Carson. If Janet doesn't show up, we'll just go to Rex.
All right.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
Hey, Carson. How are you?
What's going on?
How do you feel about your race?
I don't know.
No?
First race is a new wheel, so still
Oh,
getting used to that.
so you
My
and
hands are killing me.
oh, really? So you and Asylum are in the same vein here. You guys both have just gotten new wheels. So, well, you have to feel pretty good then. I mean, you finished P3. A lot of these guys are very fast, so I'd be happy with the P3.
Yeah, I was surprised how fast it was, to be honest.
How do
I
you
don't think
feel
I was
about
that
the
fast, but
How do you feel about the F2 cars and their handling?
I like it. It's a good change of pace when you're doing multiple leagues or like just doing F1 races every week. I don't know, it's just a nice change of pace. People can't sweat it out either. Can't have good setups. Can't really do. Nobody's gonna be doing 30 laps before the race on this, so at least I hope not. Maybe Rex is. I don't know.
So take us through your race. Give us some insight into what was going on through your mind as the race evolved.
Well, that first lap was pretty crazy. I got pinched by both the inside and the outside when I went through the middle, going into turn one, and that could have been real bad, but somebody backed out. But then I was good until pit stop, and then Rex was behind me on the softs, and he bumped me into that fast left-hand corner and pushed me off track, which got me a penalty, and then we were side by side in the chicane, and there's not enough room for two cars, and I got short in the thick of that, and then that was basically it.
Did the safety car come out at a time where you felt that was a good time for you, or was it a bad time for you? Because I feel that it's either or.
Well, in the sprint, like, you'd be kind of silly to pit under the safety car, unless you're like way in the back. So it didn't really matter, but it kind of sucked for me because I had a 3 second, and it just brought the people behind me closer. So 3 second was more damaging.
Well, you overcame it. So, again, congratulations. We don't have Janet with us. So, well, congratulations, Carson, on your podium P3 finish.
Thanks.
So, but I'm just going to abstractly congratulate Janet, one of my good racing friends from way back when, and love racing Janet. Unfortunately, he is in Europe, and it is like 2 o'clock for him, so I will begrudgingly excuse him from the interviews. He usually makes them, even though the time difference. But congratulations, Janet. Good job. All right, Carson. I'm sorry, Rex. T-Rex. Congratulations. P1. Where'd you start? How'd the qualifying and then sprint race work out for you? Because I don't remember. I don't remember where you finished in the sprint. I'm sorry, for the qualifying and then the sprint. Rex?
It was P1, P2, sprint.
Did you just wake up from
Rex.
another nap, or what? I can
Yeah,
barely hear
Rex.
you.
Speak up.
I'm
Speak
a
up,
little
buddy.
bit, but
Yeah, I know. Fair enough.
it was qualifying was P1 and then sprint was P2, I believe.
P2. All right. So, very simple question. Take us through your race as you saw it. I mean, how did the race evolve for you as you went through it? Did it work out the way you wanted to? Was there a point in time where you thought you were out of luck, or did things break your way? So take us through your race.
It definitely was going fine. Really, it just came down to the incident. Yeah, the turn one, I will claim fault, but I definitely feel like, yeah, brake tested a little bit going into turn two, but if I did purposely hit him, I definitely would be saying a bunch of other stuff in return if I couldn't, but it wasn't on purpose to purposely take them out. But yeah, other than that, it was fine.
Yeah, as far as like my view, like it just looked bad. Like that's all, you know, I was trying to say, and like,
oh no, yeah,
yeah, I'm not trying, like you don't crash into
stream,
people on purpose. I've never seen you do that. So like that's something me and GP were discussing, where it was like, I don't know, man, it looked like he was just frustrated and ran into the back of him, but like you like I'm also on the broadcast view from like behind both of you, right? So yeah, absolutely. Like I said, like, you know, we'll look at it like more thoroughly and obviously make a decision from there. But
what my intent was kind of to have a little bit of a send out on his inside, but I feel like broke a little early, but the intentions weren't to purposely bunt him off the track. Definitely was faster, but the turn one thing was definitely my fault. So I will claim that.
Well, so for me, Rex, I mean, I was on board with you when that turn two. I don't even when that happened. And of course, I'm just watching, and it seemed to me as though there was you couldn't plan to intent that really, because it seemed to me like your my mindset would have been to hold off that inside as much as I could, and what happened is that the outside car, Janet, has to try to protect that inside, and from my point of view, it seemed like Janet broke as he should. I mean, there was no, and he tried to protect the inside by taking the corner early, and you were being aggressive as well, and it just didn't work out. You guys kind of came into each other. From my point of view, I don't think that there was anything but I mean, I saw it one time, so I don't know.
No, the goal wasn't intentionally to take him out. If I was going to intentionally take him out, there would be worse ways of doing it. But yeah, that wasn't intentional, but it's just...
Let me ask you this, Rex. Did you have it ever in your mind to slow down and maybe let him come back and give the position back?
I did, but I kind of figured I was just going to get slapped with a penalty either way.
Okay, fair enough.
It definitely did, but I kind of knew from the turn one kind of thing I was definitely going to get slapped with a 5-second and possibly Carson. That one I felt like I kind of took as much curb as I could without taking both of us out from hopping over the curb, but it definitely did cross my mind, but yeah.
You know, congratulations, great race. I mean, I don't know about Bigga, but I think I know. We just have a great time watching you guys. It was a great race, a lot of fun. So congratulations to everybody that raced, and thanks a lot for racing, because Bigga and I enjoyed it gratefully, immensely. So thanks. So I hand it up to our founder, our Bigga.
I feel so important. on my fourth White Claw of the evening, stoned out of my mind.
There you go.
Yeah,
Our leader.
yeah, our fearless leader, completely inebriated on a Thursday. But yeah, no, it's the F2 has been really, really fun. Like, it's been awesome commentating that, and you guys have put on a show every week. So obviously tonight, another really good one. The sprint. It seems like the sprint races are kind of low-key better than the feature races every time. Is the trend I'm noticing, but it's both races are great in their own way. I do like the feature race for the strategy aspect. That's something that's lacking in the sprint, but the outright just, you know, race pace, speed of the drivers is on display in the sprint race. I love that. It's been a lot of fun. But yeah, anyway, technically break week, but obviously we ran a race tonight for F2. We'll be back Monday night for Tier 1, Wednesday night for Tier 2, and back next week for F2 on Thursday. Alright, thanks guys. Appreciate you popping in for the interviews, and we'll see you next week, and Monday and Wednesday for Tier 1 and Tier 2. Cheers.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Adios.